Where is the best place to buy in Naples, Florida for under $1 million? That is the question that I want to answer in this week's Naples, Florida real estate market update, because when people think about Naples, they often think about Old Naples, Port Royal, Park Shore, the Moorings, Pelican Bay, and multi-million dollar homes near the beach. And those sales are definitely happening. This week, Naples had luxury sales at 27 million, 24.4 million, and $17 million. But at the same time, there are also homes selling under or around the 600,000 median price in places like Naples Park, Ibis Cove, and Golden Gate Estates, which is very active. So the real question is not just, where is the best place to buy in Naples, Florida, Chris? The better question is, what kind of Naples, Florida lifestyle are you trying to buy, and what trade-offs are you willing to make to stay under $1 million? I'm Chris Alley, a Naples, Florida realtor since the year 2000, and a certified luxury home specialist, as well as a pricing strategy advisors. I help buyers and sellers in boating, beach, golf, and gated communities make better real estate decisions by looking closely at the data before making a move. And this week, we are going to look at the overall market, what sold below the median sales price, where buyers found entry points near premium Naples areas, and what the top luxury sales tells us about the price gap in Naples right now. And the main takeaway is this: there is no single best place to buy in Naples, Florida. The best choice depends on whether you want coastal proximity, downtown lifestyle, more space, no homeowners associations, lower carrying cost, or access to a luxury corridor without paying the full luxury premium. Here's what you will learn in this video. First, what the latest Naples market numbers are telling us. Second, why pending sales being higher than new listings matter. Third, what buyers found under the $599,900 median sales price. Fourth, which areas offered entry points near luxury Naples communities. Fifth, why HOA fees, taxes, size, condition, and location all change the answer to all these questions. And finally, how buyers and sellers should interpret this market right now. Let's start with the weekly Naples market numbers. The median sales price is still $599,900, and in the past 7 days, there were 169 new listings, 163 sold listings, 190 pending listings, 228 price decreases, 10 price increases, 45 terminated listings, 55 expired listings, 38 withdrawn listings, 36 homes back on the market, and 78 extended listings. So out of the 163 sold listings, 73 homes sold below the median sales price, leaving the majority of sales above the median sales price. And this is important because it tells us the lower end of Naples market is still moving, but a large portion of the closed activity this week was above the median sales price. The other number that stands out is pending activity. So there were 195 pending listings compared to 169 new listings. That means more homes went under contract than came on the market, so buyers are still active. But with 228 price decreases, buyers are still being selective. Activity is there, but buyers are comparing value very carefully. This is one of the most important parts of the weekly update, so listen to this. We had 169 new listings, but 109 pending listings, and that tells us buyers are still writing contracts. This is not a market where buyers disappeared. But it is also not a market where buyers are chasing every listing. They are choosing the homes that make sense. They are looking at price, location, condition, homeowners association fees, taxes, insurance, days on market, and the lifestyle, which is very important here in Naples. So when someone asks, where is the best place to buy in Naples, Florida? The answer has to be tied to the buyer's priority. The best place for one buyer may be Naples Park. For another, it might be an Old Naples condo. For another, it might be Golden Gate Estates. And for another, it may be a condo in the Moorings or a villa in Park Shore. Now let's look at the luxury side of the market, because this is what makes the under $1 million conversation more interesting. The most expensive home that sold this week was in Old Naples. It was originally listed for $34,900,000 and it sold for $27 million. It was on the market for 168 days. And the home had 4 bedrooms plus a den, 7 bathrooms, 8,770 square feet. There are no homeowners association fees in this area. The second highest sale was also in Old Naples. It was originally listed for $27,995,000 and it sold for $24,400,000. It had more than 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 7,504 square feet. It was unfurnished, no homeowners association fees, tax bill $125,442. The third highest sale was in Port Royal. It was originally listed for $17,900,000 and it sold for $17 million. It was on the market for 158 days and the home has 4 bedrooms plus a den, 6 bathrooms, 7,042 square feet. It was sold unfurnished, and this area has an annual homeowners association fee of $835 and a tax bill of $65,284. This is why the under $100 million conversation matters. Naples has these ultra luxury neighborhoods where homes can trade between $17 million and $27 million in the same week. But there are still nearby or lower cost entry points where buyers can access parts of the Naples lifestyle at a dramatically lower price. The trade-off is usually size, age, fees, location, condition, or distance from the exact luxury corridor. This week, the strongest example is in Naples Park. A home there was originally listed for $625,000 and it sold for $550,000. On the market for just 179 days, it has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,170 square feet, no homeowners association fee, and a tax bill of only $2,224. Naples Park is important because it gives buyers access to a North Naples coastal lifestyle near Vanderbilt Beach, Mercado, Pelican Bay, and premium beach area communities without paying Pelican Bay, Vanderbilt Beach, or Park Shore prices. So that does not mean every Naples Park home is a deal, but it does show why buyers looking under $1 million should pay attention to this area. Now let's take a look at these 3 homes that sold below the median sales price. The first was in Ibis, Cove. It was originally listed for $609,900 and it sold for $595,000. On the market for just 39 days, it had 4 bedrooms plus a den, 2 bathrooms. It was sold unfurnished and had 2,050 square feet. The annual homeowners association fees are $4,400, tax bill being only $4,352. This is a good example of a buyer getting more space, furnishings, and North Naples lifestyle near the median price point. The second example was in Golden Gate Estates. It was originally listed for $600,000 and it sold for $570,000. It was on the market for 44 days. It had 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 1,224 square feet. There are no homeowners association fees in Golden Gate Estates. The tax bill on this property, $2,981. This is not the same type of lifestyle as Old Naples and Port Royal or the beach corridor, but it gives buyers space, flexibility, and no homeowners association fees. The third example is Naples Park again. It was originally listed for $625,000 and it sold for $550,000. On the market for just 179 days, it had 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,170 square feet, no HOA, and a tax bill of $2,224. That is the strongest example this week of a lower price point near a premium lifestyle corridor. Now let's look at a few examples closer to Naples luxury corridors. So one sold in the Moorings for $800,000 after being originally listed for $895,000. It was on the market for 203 days. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condominium partly furnished with 1,581 square feet. The annual homeowners association fees are $30,502, while the tax bill is $5,350. That is a good example of the trade-off. You get a prestigious coastal corridor location, but you also need to understand the carrying cost. Another sale was in Old Naples. It was originally listed for $574,900 and it sold for $550,000. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo, 890 square feet and unfurnished. The homeowners association fees are $7,920 annually and the tax bill is $1,530. So that gives a buyer a lower entry point into Old Naples, but the trade-off is size and condo living. And there was a sale in Park Shore. It was originally listed for $1,999,000 and it sold for exactly $1 million. It was on the market for 181 days. It was an attached villa with 1,443 square feet, annual homeowners association fees of $7,380 and a total tax bill of $3,867. That is right at the $1 million line, but it is still useful because it shows how buyer leverage can appear when a property sits and the market finds the clearing price. These are the examples that match the hidden gem idea. The buyer is not necessarily buying the biggest home. They are buying proximity. They are buying lifestyle. They are buying access to a premium area without paying the price of a larger luxury estate nearby. But those opportunities usually come with trade-offs. They may be smaller and they may have higher HOA fees. They may need updating. They may be older. Or they may have taken longer to sell, and that is why the numbers matters. This is where buyers need to be careful. The sales price is only one part of the decision. Naples Park had no HOA and a tax bill of $2,224. Old Naples condo had HOA fees of $7,920 and a tax bill of $1,530. The Moorings condo had an annual fee of $30,502 and a tax bill of $5,350. Ibis Cove, annual fees $4,400, tax bill $4,532. So the best place to buy in Naples, Florida, under $1 million is not just about the lowest purchase price. It's about the full ownership picture. HOA fees, taxes, insurance, condition, location, and lifestyle all have to be part of the decision. So, how should buyers think about this? If your priority is coastal proximity, you may look at Naples Park, Park Shore, or the Moorings. If your priority is downtown lifestyle, you may look at an Old Naples condo. If your priority is space, flexibility, and no HOA, Golden Gate Estates may make more sense for you. If your priority is a furnished home with more space near the median price point, Ibis Cove may be worth studying. And if your priority is lower total carrying cost, you have to compare HOA fees, taxes, insurance, and maintenance before deciding. And that is why there is no one-size-fits-all answer. The best place to buy in Naples depends upon the buyer's lifestyle, budget, tolerance, and long-term goals. For sellers, this week's data is just as important. Buyers are still active. We had 190 pending listings, which is higher than the 169 new listings that came on the market. But there were also 228 price decreases from sellers, and that tells us buyers are watching value very carefully. If your home is near one of these premium lifestyle corridors, you may have a strong location story, but location alone does not guarantee a sale. Buyers are comparing your home against nearby alternatives. They are comparing price, condition, HOA fees, taxes, insurance, the age, the size, and the days on the market. So, if you're selling, the goal is not just to say you are near the beach, you're near Old Naples, or you're near a luxury community. The goal is to show why your home makes sense compared to everything else that the buyers can buy. Here is the final takeaway. Where is the best place to buy in Naples, Florida under $1 million? There is no best place. There is the best place for your priorities. Naples Park may make sense if you want a coastal proximity and no HOA. Old Naples makes sense if you want downtown lifestyle and are comfortable with a smaller condo. The Moorings may make sense if you want a premium coastal corridor and you understand the fees. Golden Gate Estates may make sense if you want space and fewer restrictions. Ibis Cove, it might make sense if you want more bedrooms, more square footage, and a furnished option near the median price point. The real opportunity is not just finding the cheapest property, it is finding the right trade-off. And in Naples, the best opportunities often appear where a buyer understands the boundary between luxury pricing and lifestyle access. If you want to stay on top of the Naples, Florida real estate market, subscribe to this channel for my weekly market update. Each week, I break down the numbers, what they mean, and how they affect buyers and sellers. And if you're thinking about buying in Naples, Florida, download my buyer guide using the link below. If you are thinking about selling, my seller's guide is also linked below. I'm Chris Alley, Naples, Florida Realtor. People like you call me each and every day. I will see you on the next Naples, Florida market update, and stick around for the next video. I know you're going to love it. Bye for now.